along, accept ideas, and even learn how do they do it. When I talk about international collaboration, we should have the way we are, as sir said, sir has got people from Peru, so let's learn from them. How are they having this distance learning? Okay, what things they are doing to keep our children engaged. And even as we are celebrating Teachers Day, as we all know, all these teachers, it's not a sound time for them. This salary deduction and all these things are not healthy, but still at the same time we really need to gear them up that we'll be back again in school very soon. So collective imagination and vision for what we want exactly for our children. And now I'm coming to my third bubble, is how the education is delivered. As we all do it, being an educators, being into school, the moment we reach to December, January, February, we always plan, okay, these things, new things I'm going to do. So let's plan, okay, our own way, and even collaborate with other schools in abroad and have an annual planning. And now we have our entire document which is released, and we are so excited about it. So why not we plan and have a roadmap, a pathway for our, as we everybody has deliberated such wonderful conversation. Our Modi ji is also talking about it. Have more and more sessions and plan a pathway for the children. That's the collaboration, international collaboration will work, and even involve the children in it. Let's have certain projects, where I learn, for example, I learn the culture of Japan, for example, and they learn the culture of India, and have knowledge exchange sessions with them. It will be so wonderful, and learning will be multiplied, isn't it? It will be great fun to have children, from, for example, if I'm talking about Tokyo, like I have children from Tokyo, and I have children from India. They speak, and there we just need language of love, isn't it? And we will reach to their hearts, isn't it?
That is called, ma'am, Shiavasyanara Teota Tako, Shiavasyanara Taido de Shimeso, Sapporo, Hokkaido, Kobe, Kyoto, Fukuoka, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Yokohama,
Lovely.
Tokyo.
This
Okay.
is this is what we are looking at, international collaboration. Anastio in Korea, like we talk about Irimimoya, how are you? Right? We always, when we meet our children, like I had, we used to have Korean children in my previous school. So I adapted their language to make them feel very comfortable. Wonderful, sir. And I, yeah. And now,
People are watching Sanjay ji and you for this session from Central Asia also, where it is basically Dobre Večer, Drage Instituta Padalam Turisma, I Upravlenia Bureau Putichitsvi Rastriyavach. That's Russian.
lovely. That's brilliant. And we are the fortunate ones, the people from across are listening, and nothing good on this occasion of Teachers' Day. It's a wonderful gift ICSI has, given to us. That's
That
beautiful.
that that is our drone flight, I should say. So we are
Oh,
reaching to the places where we can't even think.
see, that's what this is. I always tell whenever I go, live, and whenever I'm in session, we should create such aura that people should sit and glued, like अभी तो कुछ नया सीखने को मिलेगा, अभी मैं कुछ इसमें कुछ मजा आने वाला है. So we
Bilkul.
have to
Kajal ma'am, just listening to you, and experiencing. VUCA 2.0 has already arrived. As I was talking about VUCA, so VUCA 2.0, V is for vision,
yeah,
U for understanding, C for courage, and A for adaptability. And
excellent.
that's what is VUCA 2.0.
Excellent. And the way you have taken this acronym in such a positive manner, I want people, those who are listening and those who are live, please have your own acronyms and put there. I believe Gulshan sir will be able to read those VUCA, VUCA. So come on, I have already given you a task, and let's have this international collaboration on. And now I am coming to my fourth bubble, which is after this collaboration, we will have our ecosystem of learning. Okay, like the other day, I'll share this with my experience. I was very inquisitive to know when schools are going to start, and I got to know that in UAE and in US and in Japan, schools have already started. Children have already started coming. So I was really curious, and I had a Skype chat with Mr. George, leader of GEMS, United Indian Schools. Okay, so I had a session with him to understand how are they doing it. So he, on that day I learned hybrid way. If many of you know hybrid way of learning, that's they have given, that's the option given to parents. That means either children want to come to school to have a face to face learning, they are allowed, or to follow distance learning. That means in a class child can sit, and they'll maintain distance, they'll have social distancing. Same session is recorded, same session is reaching to children sitting at home. So that's the hybrid way of learning. I learned it. So how do they do it? We need to learn through our international collaboration. So, and even see hybrid, so in one module they are having face to face, hybrid way of learning, and distance learning at the same time. So in this way, ecosystem is developed where we are learning from leaders in and across. We are getting ideas, right? And we are getting prepared at the same time, isn't it? Now, my fifth bubble is strategic perspective for international collaboration in education. So let's make it a habit. Let's have two, three. I'll give you, as I have already given you one example, like we can have certain, you can say projects which are internationally collaborated with other countries. Supposing if I'm learning, traffic rules of India, and I am comparing it with US or UAE. This way, I am able to learn traffic rules of two countries, and at the same time, what I'm doing, I'm building citizenship. Okay, I am also inculcating a lot of values. The similar things I'm even involving parents into it, where my children will explain parents that what are traffic rules they are need to follow. So with this example, and this will enhance learning. It will also improve the quality, which is the target of our NEP as well. And very boldly, NEP has stated that it will be followed in a very phased manner. For example, if it is followed from 2022, of course, it will be followed from primary foundational stages. And if it is not followed from that stage, then the whole document is of no use. So let's start having, this research based module and having a lot of international connection, and prepare our teachers for it. Let's gear them up, and we are ready for our future generation, and our citizens are ready.
Wonderful, wonderful, Kajal ma'am. So, any inputs for VUCA 3.0? I'm
uh,
looking forward to it.
let's have, let's see that whether, viewers and listeners are doing a little homework.
Right. But yes, wonderfully presented those 5 pointers, uh, beginning with rapid change. That was number one. Number two, collective imagination and vision. I got that right.
Yes.
Next is how education is delivered, and how education is delivered in the past, present, and future. So now we need to look at all three models, because the future is something which we have to be prepared for. Maybe we face this situation unprepared, but now today we cannot afford to say that we can't foresee or foretell. So now preparation is our onus. The onus is on us, and we have to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And then the
Ecosystem.
ecosystem of learning has to be prepared for that. Ultimately, it is the strategic perspective for international collaboration. Beautifully presented those 5 points. It creates a vision and it takes us forward on this journey. Wonderful.
everybody has got their own interpretation.
Oh,
Somebody from Senegal who
Okay.
might be having problem in the connectivity, she has sent across from there, tell that Indian beautiful girl, that's what
oh,
it is written, tell that Indian beautiful girl that I presume we should be very, U should be for uniform, C
Okay.
should be for connectivity, and A should be accessibility during lockdown. Oh,
Beautiful.
excellent. Excellent.
very, very uniform connectivity and
And
accessibility for education.
right.
VUCA. This is Omaria from Senegal.
Oh,
Senegal.
lovely.
Wonderful. Excellent.
This is the last country on the western coast, on the western part when you move from California, and that is the part of the African continent. So she
Oh,
has sent across, tell that Indian beautiful girl. So I'm conveying it to you, Kajal ma'am, on behalf of her, with,
thank you.
with the permission of Sanjay Yadav ji.
Oh,
Okay,
it
please,
made my day.
Sanjay, yes, Sanjay ji.
Kajal ma'am, when I was talking about A for adaptability, I will emphasize a bit on that because when we start looking at the educational process, I'm sure everybody has been hearing about the quotients which were discussed, beginning from IQ to
Me
EQ,
too.
and then in fact there is something called as AQ.
Hmm.
And today that I'll call it as adaptability quotient.
Absolute question.
Until and unless adaptability quotient is well integrated and it is built up,
Very
do we think that our children, whatever knowledge we are giving them today, will be obsolete the moment they step out, start working? And even when they are trained for something, the system changes. I give a simple example in my classes when I tell children that we are living in the age of microprocessor. Tomorrow it is taken over by nano processor and all your devices will reduce in size and improve in efficiency and all the algorithm and everything what you have learned will be wiped out. And you have to be ready for change. You have to work under those circumstances. So that will come if, instead of teaching those basic skills. Yes, we have to build logical thinking. We have to build coding skills,
skills.
but we cannot depend on simple language. CBSE was talking about C++. They switched over to Python. The basic skills remained the same, coding skills remained the same, and the children adapted to it. So
Yeah.
what is important is a person who wants to foresee future has to have that adaptability quotient,
Very,
and there is no age limit for that. There is no restriction. Everybody has to gear up for that. Everybody has to prepare for that. So
very
this
true.
is the
And
need of the
yeah,
hour.
add something as you were talking about, sir, those quotients,
Yeah.
like from you can say IQ to EQ to AQ. When we started with this phase of lockdown,
Yeah.
many teachers, parents, and even children faced, it was not easy to adapt. As you were saying, it's so
Of
important to
course.
adapt it that this is the way and this is the new way of life. Like in this lockdown, nature has got its new dress, isn't it? It's looking so beautiful. We can hear birds chirping in the morning, right? I have even seen peacock dancing near my society. I've never seen it ever before, isn't it? So similarly, many teachers and students, there was a break in between. They were not able to adapt. They were not ready to accept it that yes, this is new normal. And and the way we are having this Zoom meeting, I consider it as like half meeting done. I can even relate, like Gulshan Sharma sir is sitting next to me and I'm talking, and I can even give a high five to Sanjay sir. So that's how we need to adapt it, and we need to understand. We just need to make these strategic. You can say we have to give fuel to our brain.
True. In fact, what has not happened in this period for schools, I have seen, be it Model United Nations discussions, the conferences, be it investiture ceremony or Independence Day celebration or today Teachers Day celebration, everything has happened on online platform. And
True.
in fact, there was no gap as far as connectivity is concerned. Everybody could feel it to their heart. The hearts were touched. It's in fact, I have always objected to the term social distancing. It was only mere physical distancing, but socially, human beings, being the social animal, they are wiser, and they have been able to connect.
One more thing, I will relate it with research based.
Yeah.
Whatever I have learned, if I link it with technology, conducting online classes, making Google Forms, going on Zoom, being familiar with Google Meet, being familiar with Facebook Live, connecting Zoom to Facebook, I have all researched during this time. Otherwise, I was a big zero in technology. I was very, very, scared of going online and facing camera. So this is what research has, you know, you can say has given that confidence.
In fact, I want to share, Dr. Gulshan, I wanted to share one experience which I had recently before lockdown. In the month of November, I had the opportunity, thanks to our collaboration with Goethe Institute and Max Muller Bhavan, that we visited the schools and we could see, especially when we are talking about industry support to the school system, the vocational training system, which is so well prepared that at different stages, today we have started talking about children could exit and they could come back to education